All right, let's get this party started. Hello, everyone. We're back. We're freaking back. Y'all thought it was over, but we are so back. Hello. Welcome. It's so good to see everyone. Hello, hello. Magical's in the chat. Hope you have a happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone who celebrates. Happy 420 to everyone who celebrates. Happy Sunday to everyone who celebrates. Whatever day it is for you, I hope it's a good one. Tune is here as well.
I'm always blazing it.
Always blazing. Tune is here as well. I have to be here for have about an hour here. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see everyone. Tom, it's so good to see you. It's been so long. Folks in the chat, it's so good to see you. It's been so long. How is everyone doing? How has everyone's March/April been? It's been I feel like this month has really like flown by. I don't know where the time has gone. I've been like so busy. I've been busy with like work and stuff with friends and all this other stuff. But yeah, there's four things really quickly, maybe not so quickly, but there's four things that I want to chat about before we get into the game today. I just want to chat and catch up a little bit, see how y'all are doing. Let y'all know how I'm doing. So just really quick, a few weeks ago, my internet was cutting out, and so that's why we couldn't stream 3 weeks ago. And then 2 weeks ago, I was traveling. I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. And then last week, I was hanging out with friends, so I was busy that day too. But today, I'm free. We're finally back. My internet is working, so we're here, and we're here to stream Tunic. Really quick before we like get into like catching up and stuff, I just want to say I have been going through a really hard time reading the news lately, especially, you know, Tom, you over there in the UK, there's some like really awful stuff going on there regarding trans
Oh yeah.
people.
It's almost entirely thanks to one particularly vocal writer slash lobbyist
Yes.
with a particularly large amount of money who I'm not going to say I think she deserves to die, but what I am going to say is if you took that sentence that I just said and took out the part where I said I'm not going to say, that's what I actually mean to say.
Yeah, it's rough out there. So I just want to just take a moment to acknowledge like how tough things are, and you know, my heart goes out to everyone who's affected, and you know, always and forever, trans people are the best, and I love you, and you know, stay strong. We're in this together, and they're never gonna fully erase us, and we're fucking here. So they've just got to fucking deal with it, and yeah, I would love to share some resources and stuff in the future. I didn't prepare anything today because I just didn't, but I would love to, and I might post some stuff in the future. So keep your eyes out for that. I might post it in the community tab or something like that. So yeah, just wanted to start that off by saying, you know, things are tough right now. It's been a hard month. I see some folks in the chat saying pretty tiring month for me and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been rough, but we're here, and you know, we're in this together. So just hang in there, hang in there. One more thing that I wanted to chat about. I wanted to tell you all what I did a couple weekends ago. I talked to Tom a little bit about this after the weekend happened, but I'm wearing my shirt, Slayers, Every One of Us. I attended an event a couple weeks ago, which they called Buffy Prom. It was organized by one of the podcasts that I listen to, the Buffy podcast that I listen to. The podcast is called Buffering the Vampire Slayer, where they talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And
Wait, hang on, wait. You watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Guys, you might not know this about me, but
crazy?
I'm a fan of the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No,
I don't know if
I was
you've
like
heard of this.
so sure you hated that show.
I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about it before.
I was so sure you hated that show.
Oh, Toon says that a popular gaming live streamer came out as trans femme last night. So that's cool. That is cool. Congrats to her.
That's fun.
Yeah, totally agree with you, Magical. But yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Buffy Prom just because I love Buffy, and this was such a cool experience. I've actually they did.
This is the second time you've been, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. So they did host Buffy Prom a few years ago as well too. So I attended that in 2022, and then they hosted it again this year because the podcast hosts are releasing a book. So the book is like a memoir. It's like their story of their journey of doing the podcast, which might seem like a little like, oh my gosh, what do you have to say about like making a podcast, right? But the hosts, they're two women, and they were married at the start of the podcast when they first started talking about Buffy, you know, all the way back in 2016 when they started the podcast. They were married to each other, and then through the course of talking about the show, they went through some complications in their relationship. They ended up getting divorced, and throughout all of that, they still decided like the podcast was so important to them. Their friendship was so important to them. The community that they had built around talking about Buffy was so important to them. They decided to stick it out and continue with the show, even though like they got divorced like halfway through talking about the show. And, you know, 8 years later, they covered every episode of the show. One of the hosts, Jenny Owen Youngs, she's also a songwriter. And so she like wrote a song for every episode of Buffy. So they have like, you know, 140 plus songs about Buffy that they've written. And it's like all great. So I'm a really big fan of the show, really big fan of the podcast, and was super proud of them for like having created this memoir and wrote this book and like released it. So they did a book launch event, which was why they hosted prom this time. And it was in Torrance High School, which is the high school that Buffy the Vampire Slayer was filmed at for the first 3 seasons. So it's so cool getting to like go there in person and see all of these locations that like I've seen on the screen for so many years, and like, you know, pulling up in the front of the high school and being like, oh my gosh, that's where like Xander totally ate shit when he saw Buffy for the first time and he like fell down the stairs. Or like, oh, this is the pole that like Giles bumped into when Buffy called him out for having sex with her mom. And like,
this is the staircase where Angel killed a person who I won't say because that'll be a huge
yes,
spoiler.
oh my god. And like I actually do want to share some pictures. So I did take some pictures this time around, and I do want to share them just because I am really happy with.
Did you take a picture at the staircase?
I did. So let me get my stream. Da, 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 da.
I just want to say while you're buffering, and that was an intentional pun, by the way, because the name of the podcast.
Get it?
The mayor did nothing wrong.
The mayor did nothing wrong. We love the mayor.
The mayor did nothing wrong. The mayor is perfect.
Okay, so I'm sharing some pictures right now. So this picture is up at the front of the high school. If you've noticed, like my profile picture on like Twitter or Discord or whatever, it's the photo that I took 3 years ago when I went to this event, and like I wanted to recreate that photo again. So here I am leaning on the stairs that Xander ate shit on in the first episode. The first episode of the show, Xander ate shit on this set of stairs. And yeah, this is the front of the school, and again, it's just so surreal, like getting to see this place like in 3D in real life, like after seeing it on screen for so long. This is like kind of on campus. I took the selfie, and this is like, if you recognize this, it's at the end of season 3. This is where like the mayor ascends, right? And like people run down these stairs, and some of them get killed and turn into vampires. So good stuff. The
mayor did nothing wrong.
The mayor did nothing wrong.
All he wanted to do was be a big snake. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. This picture is from the book launch night. It was a 2-day event. So on Friday night, they did like a book launch. This is on the stage, down on the lower part of the stage is Joanna Robinson. She's a podcaster and a writer and friend of the pod. And so she like kind of interviewed Jenny and Kristen, who are the 2 hosts of the podcast, to talk about the book and, you know, whatnot. Jenny is, of course, on the right in the chair. She's the musician, and I love her. And then Kristen is up on the big screen. She actually had a baby just a few weeks ago, so she wasn't able to attend the event in person, but they had her up there on the big screen, and they also had this cardboard cutout of her on the side too. So, you know, she was still there. It was good stuff, and they talked about the book, and yeah, just good stuff all around. this picture here, this is actually Buffy's house. So her house, the house that they filmed the show at, it's located in Torrance. It's like less than a mile away from the high school.
That was a beautiful house.
And it's literally just a house. Like, there are people who live there, and like people like come and take pictures in front of it all the time. It looks very different from how it does in the show. They've got like all these plants and like this ton of rosemary and like shrubbery and whatnot, like growing on the outside.
That's good for them, to be honest.
Yeah, but good for them. It's like, there's totally new people living there now, and they probably have to deal with nerds like us all the time who are going around and taking pictures. But yeah, very cool to see Buffy's house. And then a group of us, we went to the beach for a little bit, and so we hung out on the beach. I took this picture of the book cover. Good stuff.
That was a cool book cover.
It is a cool book cover. It's great art. Here is the night of Buffy prom. I wore this like casual linen suit that I'm a really big fan
just
of.
Like such a good. The first thing I said when you sent me these photos was just like, that smart casual fit just absolutely fucks.
Thank you. I'm really happy with it. I am a big fan. I bought it.
It couldn't be me. Every time you put me in smart casual, it increases my whiteness factor. So I just I don't do smart casual. Not unless we count like trench coats and stuff.
Yeah.
But like that's the vibe.
Yeah. The folks who put on the event, they like decorated the high school with like all these posters with like Buffy references, and so this one's probably my favorite. There's one that says like Buffy prom made me they, with like a non-binary flag on it. And then of course there's like support the band with getting the milk chocolate, like in season 3.
Yeah.
So all these little references and stuff. We save the world a lot, which is a reference to season 5. Good stuff. If
it were me, I would have stuck up a poster of Big Head Todd and the Monsters' Sister Sweetly album.
Yeah.
In like every room and every hallway, because for someone, I know this was like post season 3. This was season 4.
Yeah.
Like someone in the set design really wanted people to listen to that album, and that poster is in like everyone's room.
That's so funny.
Every room, every hallway, there is a poster of that album. So I just would have stuck that up and see if anybody.
That is hilarious. Oh my god, I never noticed that. So the actual event, the prom, was like out in the courtyard, and this courtyard is like featured very heavily in the show. This fountain is like very iconic. There's like so many scenes of the characters like sitting outside the fountain. There's like this really iconic moment like in season 1 where they're like, wow, all of our love lives are totally doomed, and they have like this little awkward moment sitting by this fountain, and it's just so great to like, it's so freaking cool to see it in person. So of course, like, I took a picture at the fountain.
Did you get its autograph?
Did I get what?
Did you get its autograph?
Oh, did I get its autograph? No, I didn't, but I totally should have. There was a local like bakery that created like all these cookies and donated them to the event. And they like have all these like characters from the show on them and like little icing artwork with like references and stuff. And yeah, it was just like really cool like to see them, and they were very pretty. Here is an iconic location as well too, the staircase. I think Cordelia has fallen down these stairs on a couple occasions.
There's a lot of falling downstairs now I come to think of it.
There's a lot of falling downstairs, but yeah, these stairs are also very iconic.
A lot of people fall downstairs.
A lot of them fall downstairs. Yeah, I took a couple pictures with these stairs because they're pretty iconic.
You should have fallen down the stairs.
I should have fallen down them. Yeah, totally. This photo, I was so happy. This was such like a surreal moment. So this person that I took a selfie with, his name is Rishikesh Hirway. He's a musician, a podcaster. He's guested on the podcast a couple times. He's helped with like a couple of the songs. And I'm honestly just a really big fan of his. His podcast is called Song Exploder, where he talks to like really famous musicians and talks about like certain songs that they've done and kind of breaks down like how they came up with the song and like the process of creating it. It's really cool. He's talked to like Green Day and like a bunch of really famous artists. And he also has an EP that came out a few years ago that I really enjoy called Rooms I Used to Call My Own. I really love his music. It's just like so his style, his like softness, his like piano. Yeah, I really love his music. He's just fantastic. And it's just really cool to see like a South Asian musician, like an Indian person, like doing creative work, doing podcasting, doing music. He also did the score for a film that came out recently. I think it's called Companion or something like that.
Oh, he did the score for Companion?
He did
That's
do the
so
score
cool.
from Companion. Yeah. So
I really want to see Companion. I haven't seen it, but I really wanted to.
yeah, so he did the score for that. Really cool. Yeah, just really talented guy, and it was just super cool to see him. And like, I was so nervous, like, because I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to be like, oh yeah, you're like such a big inspiration to me. Like, it's so cool to see like another South Asian person, right? And like, I was literally like this. Like, I love Buffy. I love the Buffy fandom. It is hella white. Like, there is no denying that. So, like, we are probably like 2 out of 3 the only brown people at this event. And so it was just
like, so sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm just like going through the episode lists of his podcast, and he's spoken to so many interesting people.
Yeah, totally.
Crowded House.
Yeah.
Danny Brown.
Yeah.
He's got friggin' Leifei in here.
Yeah, he's talked to some really cool people, so highly recommend Song Exploder. Rishikesh Hirway, he's such a cool dude. Highly recommend. So it was very cool getting to meet him, having this moment. Super fun. Let's see.
Plant.
Oh yeah, and like Jenny and Rishi, they sang some songs, they did some performances, and so I wanted to share this like little clip of the two of them singing. They were singing Wild Horses in this clip. I won't play the audio because I don't want to get like copyright struck or anything. But yeah, it was just really cool getting to see them perform and stuff too. And yeah,
he's got an episode listed John Lennon. I have a feeling that John Lennon himself did not actually appear in
probably not.
I have a feeling that John Lennon was not himself involved.
And this is the last photo that I'll share. This is an iconic window that is in season 2 of the show. It really only shows up, I think, in one scene. I don't think we ever see it again, like after that one scene.
It's just a really big scene.
But it is such an iconic, important, impactful scene. If you can't really like tell by the way I'm posed in the scene, a character dies in front of this window in a very like shocking and tragic way. I won't give anything more than that in case you guys decide to watch the show. But I had to take a picture at this window because it's literally just so iconic and so like just crazy to see it in person, right? And I actually like after I took this picture, I went and like I rewatched that episode of the show and I was like, is this window like really that big in the show? And sure enough, yes it was, and it was just crazy to see. And yeah, just such a fun time. Took so many fun pictures, met so many cool people, had a really great time overall. So and I think those are all my photos. Yeah, so that was it. I just wanted to share. I had a really great time, and I wanted to share those really cool pictures I took. So thank you for indulging me.
I mean, you're welcome.
And then 2 more things that I wanted to talk about really quick. Number 1, Game Changer. You guys have heard me talk about Game Changer before, but I just wanted to like talk about this latest episode that came out because it was so fucking good. It was so crazy, so over the top. And Tom, I haven't talked to you about this yet, but I actually watched the behind the scenes episode that they came out with like the week later, and there's so many cool things that they cut out of the episode, and they also cut out like a lot of the really like sweet, like heartwarming, like friendship moments between like the 3 of them, which is just like very, very touching. And yeah, just what a great episode. So the premise of this episode was that the 3 comedians, they had a year to complete like a series of challenges and all of them went so above and beyond and so over the top.
Well, 2 of them went above and beyond, and then Vic kind of like found all of the most creative ways to not engage.
Yeah, like all the loopholes to like the funniest loopholes. But yeah,
the funniest loopholes, the funniest ways to just like refuse to engage with the game.
They posted...
With the one exception, I think, being the thing with Sam's house.
Oh my god, yes, that was so funny. Yeah, they in the behind the scenes for that they revealed that Sam's wife was basically helping all that stuff happen, which of course
you'd have to assume so.
Yeah, so good. So yeah, they did post the first 10 minutes of the episode on YouTube, so anyone can go watch it. So highly recommend it. Totally worth a dropout subscription just for that one episode. It was so fantastic.
It's incredibly funny.
I'm still not over Lou's used Joker car. Like the fact that he redecorated his car to be Joker
Like
from the
that
Batman
was so
themed,
fun.
and he drove around in that for like 6 months is so crazy. So funny. Yeah, so great episode of Game Changer. Just wanted to touch on that really quickly. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, and Tom, you'll be happy to talk about this as well too. So Tom and I, in our free time, on the days that we weren't streaming, we have started watching a little show.
No. You have started watching. This is like my fifth watch.
Well, okay.
I was
Tom
I
is
was on
sharing
board with
with
the show
me.
from early on.
Yes, Tom is sharing a show with me. You guys might have heard of it, called BoJack Horseman. It is an animated show. It's an adult animated show. Tune, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it. Magical, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a great show. It's fantastic. We're only in season 4 right now. We haven't even finished season 4 yet. We have 1 episode left of season 4, but the second to last episode of season 4 is like mind-blowingly good. And I just wanted to say, I've been loving this show so far. It is some of the best character writing I think I've ever seen, animated or otherwise. The way that it balances like humor and tragedy is like so brilliant. Like it does kind of remind me of Buffy in a lot of ways in that sense, but like obviously
that's insane. I don't think I can echo that. It reminds me of many things, but Buffy is not among them.
I think I'm just so like Buffy brain that like kind of everything reminds me of Buffy a little bit. But there's such great character writing and such great balance of humor and tragedy. I have so many ideas of like potential videos I would want to make about this show. So like
like the show kind of coined the term tragicomedy.
Right.
Like it goes beyond dramedy, and it kind of became its own thing that they called it the tragicomedy. It's kind of amusing, kind of watching it through with you and seeing you react to it.
Yeah.
Because every time you get to any of the bits, of which there are many, and you react to them, and I'm just thinking like, yeah, I know you're so late to this.
I know. And even Tune in the chat is saying, I'm shocked you never watched BoJack. I know, it's one of those shows that like is totally up my alley, and like obviously I would have loved. I think I just hadn't watched it yet because like everyone kept saying, oh, it's such a dark show, it's so like heartbreaking and tragic, blah blah blah. And I think I just like wasn't in the right headspace yet to like take on something like that. But now that I'm like actually watching it, even though it is really dark and it is really hard in certain places, like challenging in certain places, it's not like hard to watch. Like it's still, I don't know, like I don't want to say the humor like makes it easier to swallow, but there's
it kind of does.
it kind of does, but I feel like just saying oh, the humor makes it easier to swallow, I feel like that's too reductive. Like it's really perfectly balanced in a way that makes it easier to watch. And I would make the argument, and I'm actually thinking of potentially doing a video about this. So if you want to see a video from me about BoJack, please let me know, because that would help me encourage me to actually do it.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, but I have this video idea where I would want to argue that every joke in the show, every gag, other than the kind of like silly wordplay and like the puns and like the little visual gags and stuff, other than that stuff, every single joke I would argue is thematically relevant and like deeply entrenched in the story and like the themes of the show. For example, I can give one example off the top of my head. One of the famous running gags of the show, early in season 1, BoJack, he lives in Hollywood, right? And the Hollywood sign is like very famous. So in season 1, he steals the letter D from the Hollywood sign, and so it reads Hollywoo, right? And then for the rest of the show, every single person, like whether it's a TV show or whether they're like a news anchor or like whoever is talking, they're always calling it Hollywoo from that point on, right? Like the D is gone and like no one ever questions it from that point on. They just all call it Hollywoo from that point on. And it's really funny, right? Like every time you hear someone say Hollywoo, you're like, LOL, remember that time BoJack stole the D and now they're all like calling it Hollywoo.
And They really keep that up till the very end. That never
Yeah.
stops being a thing.
Yeah, but like I would argue that that joke is one of the motifs of the theme of like actions have consequences, right? That's a really big theme of BoJack's character, right? Like the mistakes that he makes with people are mistakes that like can't be corrected, can't be undone, right? Can't be like rectified. Like even in season 1, right? Like he has a falling out with his old friend that like he tries to apologize for, and his friend like doesn't forgive him, right? He's like, "No, the damage is done, and like I can't just forgive you for your own self-satisfaction."
It's more than that with Herb, because Herb wants him to be hurt. Like
Yes.
Herb lashing out at him. Like Herb is
Yes.
deliberately robbing him of of a forgiveness that he does not think he deserves, and kind of has
Right.
every right to believe he doesn't deserve that forgiveness.
No,
Because
absolutely.
I don't think BoJack's apology is 100% sincere.
Of
It's kind of hard to
course.
say.
Of course.
But he is very specific in saying like, no, I'm going to make you live with the shitty thing that you did for the rest of your life.
Totally. Just like how Hollywoo is called Hollywoo for the rest of the show, right? So like that's what I mean by saying like I feel like all the jokes are very thematically relevant.
Another good
Um
example that I really love is that Todd's prison tattoos never go away. Like he
oh
has those
yeah,
forever.
that's true. Oh my god. Yeah.
So he has the Latin Kings tattoo on one arm and the skinheads tattoo on the other.
So
It's
funny,
like
so funny.
never
Yeah,
stops being a thing.
but that's a very like the continuity in the show, right? I think is very intentional, right? And I think like that is just one of the themes of the show is like your actions have consequences, and like those consequences, lead to outcomes, right? And like that's just how life works, right? But yeah,
And
that's kind of how I would like to argue that, and I feel like I have a video cooking in my head of like stuff I could talk about with that.
it's kind of interesting because BoJack Horseman also exists. It kind of it exists in resistance to the general kind of like multi-camera American sitcom format,
Totally,
and
totally.
in relation to a couple of things. First of all, in relation to continuity, because they obviously in the first season particularly they make references to the idea that like within 30 minutes all the conflicts are resolved and you can sort of move on to the next episode, which is
Yeah,
not how it works in the show itself, where it has like a sense of meta reality.
yeah,
But then also in relation to the way that we're expected to respond to the kind of implicit toxicity of the patriarchal figure in those kinds of shows,
totally,
which is
totally,
kind of excused and forgiven and just sort of allowed to be for the sake of laughs
totally,
without any real kind of consequences being felt,
totally.
um, which is obviously not how it works in BoJack Horseman.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly. Yeah, the sitcom framing of a lot of like ideas that are explored is really well done and really interesting. Um yeah, Tune Johnny Two Cellos is probably the first channel you think of when it comes to BoJack videos. Yeah, I know he's really popular. I haven't watched any of Johnny's videos yet because I know that he like talks about the show kind of in spoiler terms, and since I haven't finished it yet, I don't
yeah.
want to spoil myself, but yeah, I know that he makes really great videos.
I I like I'm surprised it took us this long to get to this show, but it's
Yeah.
one of those ones. It's like Taxi Driver, isn't it? Like Taxi Driver is one of my it's
Mm.
nominally one of my favorite films ever made,
Mhm.
and it took us a long time, and it's hard to explain to somebody how Taxi Driver can be a comfort film to them, but I think it was one of those days where I was like, I've had a really rough week. I really want to watch Taxi Driver because it just
Right.
came out in 4.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you like? There are loads of movies where it's like, yeah, let's watch. You've never seen Uncle Buck before. Let's watch Uncle Buck, and you can all have a good laugh. And something like Taxi Driver, it's like, yeah, there's just like a really heady film about like trauma and masculinity, and the main character is really not a good person, and
Mhm.
yet you're in close proximity to them. BoJack Horseman is kind of like that because it's like BoJack Horseman is devastatingly sad. Like when
Mhm.
BoJack Horseman gets sad, it gets really, really sad.
Mhm.
And so it's like, how do I like when is the right time? And then I think a few weeks ago, I had had a really rough week, and I
Mhm.
was like, just feel like watching BoJack Horseman because
Mhm.
I'm just in the mood. Let's watch that. And then I didn't know that you were enjoying it that much because I don't love season one. I definitely enjoy it a lot more with every rewatch.
Yeah.
I flat out hated season one when I first saw BoJack Horseman. I don't even know
Mhm.
why I continued with it, but I am glad that I did. Um, it gets better with every rewatch. I find it funnier
Yeah.
with every rewatch.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to enjoy it that much, and then
I
you kind of
actually
like,
really enjoyed season 1 and like much of season 2 when I first watched it, and like obviously I like knew the show was good, so I think I was kind of going into it with that mindset of like, oh yeah, I know this show is good, and like I could see the pieces being set up. I think that's what really got me like to stick with
yeah,
it, because like the character writing even in season 1 is still really strong, and even though it's more kind of like blunt in a lot of ways, right? Like they kind of like become more subtle and like add more nuance, right, as the show goes on. But like in the first season, like the characters are relatively two-dimensional, but like they're well written, right? Like we get who Todd is, we get who Bojack is, we understand who Diane kind of is, right? Like in season 1, like we get their personalities, and I think that's what really like the
mm,
seeing the foundation being built is what kept me kind of going. And also, not to bring it back to Buffy, but I think that like I'm kind of primed to think like, okay, a season 1 of a show is kind of like people, the writers and the creators are kind of finding their footing. They're like figuring out what the voice is, they're figuring out the tone, they're figuring out the characters, and then like once season 2 really starts going, like that's when they figured it out and they can
but
really, for lack of a better term, get to the races, right? And so
I am a Buffy season 1 defender. A lot
oh
of my
yeah, I love
favorite
Buffy
episodes
season 1.
are
And
in
like in the
season.
same way, I think I love BoJack season 1 too for what it is. But yeah, definitely I'm loving season 4 so
I'm
far. It's incredible.
I'm surprised. Season 4 is the best season, first
Yeah.
of all, in my opinion. I think like it's not like it's all downhill from here. Like BoJack Horseman, in my opinion, season 2 onwards, it's basically a straight shot of just solid fucking gold until it
Yeah.
ends. Season 4 is the best season. Like
Yeah.
like every minute of every second of season 4 is television perfection. Like
Yeah.
you had to be there. Like when season 4 was coming out, I remember watching it when it dropped on Netflix, and it like Time's Arrow is just
Ugh.
it's one of the all-time great episodes of television. Um, I am, however, surprised that you have not at all acknowledged the one like materially overt connection between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and BoJack Horseman.
You mean Wild Horses?
Buffy's Wild Horses. Both of them make great use of the song
Yes.
Wild
Oh my
Horses
god. Yeah, I was
as
actually
one
planning
point.
on making like a tweet or something earlier, which was like, it's funny, or no, if I had a nickel for every time one of my favorite TV shows uses the song Wild Horses, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's funny that it
It's
happened
fun to have to
twice.
twice.
But yeah, no, Horses, the song is both used in Buffy and in BoJack in fantastic ways. Love that song. Love how
Great
they're both
song.
used in both of the shows. Really,
And
really
they're both
great.
great versions as well.
Yeah, yeah,
They're both great
absolutely.
versions. It's BoJack has an absolutely incredible jukebox soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. I've been listening to Stars by Nina Simone, which is how season 3 ends with that
God,
song.
that
And it's like
song.
such a
That is such a
beautiful
great song.
song. So much
I
emotion. Ugh, so good.
I love Nina Simone. I think like they made just a dreadful movie about her, just like
Yeah.
a dreadful film where they cast Zoe Saldana, who is obviously like a much lighter skinned
Mm,
actress. Doesn't look. It's not just that she doesn't look like her. Like the skin tone is several shades lighter.
yeah.
Um, but also what I hated about that movie is that it neutered Nina Simone as a person. Like Nina Simone was
Mm,
such an interesting, kind of befitting of BoJack Horseman, just a dreadfully complicated woman because she like suffered terribly, had such a horrendous upbringing, and what that begat was a person who was extremely difficult to work with and who was angry all the time at everyone. Like every
right,
time you see her in videos, you're like, this person was so mad all the time. Like she was
right.
never at peace with the world, and she was insane. She was just like such a bizarre person as well, which is something the movie just neuters completely. Just such a
Mm,
bizarre.
mm-hmm.
She used to talk about being the reincarnation of like Cleopatra and stuff like
Mm.
that. Just like something like that, completely insane. But
Oh my
God,
gosh,
what a
that's so funny because that's like, I mean, not funny, but like it's like another parallel in BoJack, right? I mean, like BoJack in season 2, he's like filming this autobiographical, not autobiographical, but a biographical movie about this guy
about
who's like a racer,
Secretariat.
Secretariat, and
It was
in
based on the real
in
racehorse of the same name, like the real racehorse
which
Secretariat.
is really funny. But like in the show, right? Like Secretariat, like the person is this very complicated, like fucked up guy. And then like when BoJack is cast as Secretariat to film this movie, they like totally neuter him, right? They like make him to be like this lovable guy who like, you know, is inspiring people. And it's like, that's not the reality.
What Hollywood does. That's what Hollywood does. It sucks.
That's what Hollywood does, man. Fucking Hollywood.
Nina Simone was like such a once in a generation kind of talent. Such a unique voice. I have always loved Nina Simone, and I love Stars. It's one of the most, like, every time it gets to that piano solo, and it's only like 2 bars. I just cry.
I know. I literally can't. Like,
we watched that episode and I was like, sorry, I just need to listen to this song in full. And I was sat there in my bed listening to it. The second that piano solo hits, I'm just like head in my hands, just like crying.
I know. And like that scene hit so hard for me in particular too, because, you know, to get a little bit personal and to get a little bit dark here on the stream today. But that moment at the end of season 3 where BoJack is like speeding down the highway and then he like lets go of the wheel of the car while he's like driving 100 miles an hour. I have quite literally done that before. And I'm actually like 90% sure I've done that before on that exact highway as well too. Like I'm pretty sure he's driving on the I-10, which is like the major highway that like goes in Southern California, like across like, you know, through LA, like through the desert and like out into like, you know, the eastern states. So I'm like 90% sure that's the exact highway I've driven on too. And I've done that before, and you know, it's not like a suicidal thing. I don't think even BoJack in that moment is like outright suicidal, but it is not a thing you do when you're in a good headspace. And
it's letting go in the wrong way.
Exactly. And with that song playing in the background and like that piano like hitting in that moment, it's just like, God, it's such a gut punch, and it's an incredible scene, incredible season finale. I'm like tearing up thinking about it.
We have to play the game, so I'm not going to harp on this too long. That song, credit has to go to Janice Ian for writing the song.
Yes.
So it's a Janice Ian song, which was then... Yes. To say it was covered by Nina Simone wouldn't be sufficient, because Nina Simone covered it in the same way that Jimi Hendrix covered All Along the Watchtower. Like, you reinvent it. It becomes your song. I don't even think Janice Ian would argue with that.
No, it's funny, actually. Like, I went and found the video of that song, of Nina Simone singing it.
From Montreal,
Yeah. And I saw, actually, I think Janice Ian, I didn't double check this. It could have been a fake account, but I'm pretty sure it was the real Janice Ian. She commented on that video and she said like, oh yeah, Nina like makes this song her own and like all this stuff. Like she's so brilliant, fantastic. Yeah. And like, yeah, it's really true. But
it's like, to credit Janice Ian, it is such a comprehensive analysis of like the tragedy of celebrity.
Yeah. Totally.
Of like the trap of it all, and like Janice Ian and Nina Simone obviously are coming at it from different kind of angles of persecution. Nina Simone being black, and Janice Ian being a lesbian. But it's like it's the trap of desire, the trap of being known, and the byproduct of losing yourself in the process and losing everything that you are, and it kind of being painted as like a death sentence, like a very, very slow death sentence.
Totally.
It's incredibly pessimistic. It is not an optimistic depiction of celebrity. But it is terrific. It's a really terrific song.
It's really fantastic. Anyway, I love BoJack. I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. Really excited to finish the show. We'll definitely have more stuff to say about it. I'm positive once we get through more of the show. Loving it so far. Really excited to finish out season 4 and get to the last couple of seasons, and look out in the future for potential videos if I ever decide to like get my butt in gear and actually work on them. So anyway, let's get to what we're here for today. We're fucking back with Tunic. Let's fucking go.
Let's tune this ick.
I forgot all the buttons, guys. I told myself I was gonna practice I did not practice.
I am gonna say right now, I think you should have given maybe a couple more tries the last time you streamed.
I know. I really regret it now, especially because I didn't realize that I wasn't going to be able to play for so long.
I think you could have beaten them within a couple of tries, and now I think it's going to be like an hour and a half of you dying.
Yeah, I do regret it. Okay. Okay, I totally forgot literally everything.
Toon just said strap in for the ride that follows, and Toon is absolutely right. BoJack Horseman, it doesn't get easier from this point.
I'm not ready. It's so funny. Like if you look back at my chat log with Tom, like when we watched the last episode, it's all just the crying face emoji.
I mean, I said to you before we started watching, I said, first of all, this is the best episode of BoJack Horseman. I think if you were to ever look at like a list, like top 10 BoJack Horseman episodes, I'm pretty sure you'd find Time's Hour at the top of every list. It really is just that good. And I also did say, I hope you're ready to get your entire heart ripped out through your anus. Which
that did happen. That did in fact happen.
And I hope that you weren't. I hope you weren't planning on using that anus, because that anus is ruined. But forever, so sorry, Sweaty, but it's fine because now you're just gonna take your frustrations out on some garden knights. You're actually doing great already.
I managed to kill that guy without any.
You just like kept whipping him. Turns out the garden knights are subs.
Wow.
All you have to do is whip them, and it interrupts their attack animations every time. That's so funny.
Okay, that was good. That was very easy.
That's like absolutely busted. I knew that you using the whip does interrupt some animations on some bosses. On the last boss you fought, it didn't interrupt every animation.
Yeah.
I didn't realize on the Garden Knights it literally interrupted every attack animation.
Yeah, that is pretty OP. Okay.
Incredibly funny.
So one down. I'm trying to remember.
You had first of all, you were saving the bombs to use against the Skelling bones.
Yeah, I was gonna use the bombs against the Skelling guys. So I think I'm gonna do that either last or second to last. I'm kind of tempted to go with the candle guys next because those guys at least are easy to dodge.
That's fair enough. I also think the fairies you did pretty good at making them shoot each other.
Yeah, the fairies was good too because then I was able to get my magic back. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do the candle guys first and then the fairies, because I don't think I really used any items for the candle guys. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna try.
I have not shaved in a week.
I shaved yesterday.
I wish I'd shaved yesterday, but I didn't. I look like a piece of shit. You stupid piece of shit.
Oh my gosh.
That's so real. I get that all the time.
So real. Oh my gosh. I think that's one of the biggest strengths I think of BoJack is that because it's so in his perspective, right? We end up deeply empathizing with him, even though he's this really messed up person.
He does some dreadful things.
He does some really fucked up things.
You know, the funny thing is, when we were watching the Princess Carolyn episode, and
yeah.
That episode is so good. That's really just such a bomb episode. I get why she stays on the phone with him when he starts complaining about his day.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. That's the thing about BoJack. I think that's why people are drawn to him, is that he's funny in a really sardonic way.
Yeah.
And she's had the worst day of all days, and he's bitching about nothing, but it's funny. And there's that smile on her face, and she just gets under the covers, and it's there's part of her that's relieved by this.
Yeah.
And I think, Princess Carolyn is also one of those people who never likes to deal with her own problems. She likes to fix
Oh yeah, totally.
That's how she copes. So I think it gives her a sense of normalcy in that moment. But,
totally.
yeah, I love Princess Carolyn. I never quite know who my favorite character is. I think it's Hollyhock. I do love Hollyhock, but I also I love
Hollyhock.
Princess Carolyn. Princess Carolyn is so great. Amy Sedaris really crushes it, and it's kind of it's interesting to think that basically the entire show, without her in it, would not look the same.
Oh fuck! I wasn't paying attention. I died.
For two reasons. First of all, Amy Sedaris is incredible. Obviously, she's absolutely incredible as Princess Carolyn. And the other reason, of course, being that Will Arnett would not have joined the cast were it not for her. She's the only reason he joined. Like, he saw her name on it.
Good for her for getting him, because like I literally can't imagine the show without Will Arnett. Like, he really fucking kills it.
He's fantastic. He's never been that good again.
You know, it's like funny because the only other thing I know him from is Arrested Development, which is a good show, but oh fuck.
It's not BoJack. It's not BoJack also.
Yeah, it's not BoJack. But it's funny because like, so you know how I was talking about like, you know, I want to do this like video about like language and, or not language, but the humor in the show, right? It's funny because I actually do see a lot of like similarities with Arrested Development in the ways that humor is almost used as like a language in the show.
You need to stop talking about BoJack Horseman. I need to talk about BoJack Horseman.
Yeah,
and you need to.
I need to actually play the game. Yeah, I know.
Finish what you were saying first, though.
But yeah, humor as like a mimetic language in a lot of ways, for lack of a better term. The way that like certain lines have double meanings, and
what are you doing here?
And how like when those lines reoccur, we are meant to like bring in the context of all the double meanings and the times that we've heard this line before, like said. And Arrested Development does it in a more humorous way, whereas
BoJack Horseman does it in a sad way.
In both a funny and sad way, which is what I think makes it like doubly brilliant.
What are you doing here?
Oh my god.
Before you even started watching the show, I don't know if you ever clocked it, but like every time I would say, "What are you doing here?" I would always say it like, "What are you doing here?" You're like actually boy failing so hard right now.
You know what?
The sequel to Boy Genius, Boy Failure.
Oh my gosh.
When can we expect your debut album?
Oh my god.
Okay, lock the fuck in.
I need to lock in.
You need to lock the fuck in. Stop thinking about BoJack.
I literally can't.
This is so pathetic. We were in the middle of watching Angel as well. Like, we were like so close to the season finale.
I know.
And then BoJack happened, and it completely changed your entire ass.
We'll get back to Angel. We're in some really good episodes of Angel.
We will. The BoJack is more important. I think we can both agree.
Heal.
And you need to lock in. You've been hit too many times. That first time when you didn't get hit, you need to channel that.
I know.
Just keep whipping them. They're subs. They just want to be subbed.
Ugh!
What the fuck was that? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Why did you not heal more than once? You just healed one time. I feel like you could have...
Yeah.
Princess Carolyn
I'm locked out. I'm locked out right now. I need to lock in.
You're locked out so hard. You need to
locked out of my house.
Which is fucking embarrassing.
I left my keys inside.
Princess Carolyn is a character I only grew to love more and more as the show goes on. 100%. I love her. I would lay down my life for Princess Carolyn. She deserves more.
Ugh.
Oh, Ralph Stilton. He was doing his best.
He really was.
Can you imagine fumbling Ralph Stilton?
He did have a racist family.
He did have a racist family, but he did stand up to them.
Oh, fuck me.
He did stand up to them in the end.
He did. I appreciate
you
that.
are boy failing so hard. You were doing pretty well to start
I was doing so well at the beginning, and then I just totally locked myself out of my house.
Lock in right now. We're done talking about BoJack. We're never talking about BoJack again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fair enough.
We're never talking about BoJack until you
This
do
is
the
why I
same.
wanted to talk about BoJack at the beginning of the stream.
What even is BoJack? I have no idea. It's like gone from my brain.
Some sort of horse show?
BoJack horse show? Whip him. Whip him. Interrupt that attack animation.
Get your ass over here, bitch.
Get over here. It is like so funny. You literally interrupt every single. They probably programmed it that way because you don't actually.
Because you don't have the whip when you first fight them, right?
And it just probably makes this fight much easier to be able to have that kind of.
Yeah.
That kind of cheese strat.
Ugh!
I love cheese. Hey, I mean it's fine.
Okay, we did it. We survived.
You can do this. And you can keep in mind you can stock up on healing potions as and when you need to. So
yes, that's right. That's right. Okay.
so.
Let's try these candle guys again. This time I'll actually pay attention.
You are like a candle in the wind. Unreliable. This time, instead of dying and losing, try not doing that. That's my top tip. It's my pro gaming strat.
Okay. Oh, I got one.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Look at him just like lying there.
He's like in the
Fucking
Family
fat.
Guy death pose.
I was just about to say. Like a Family Guy death pose. Oh god, my neck is killing me today. Woes of being an adult. Just
Okay,
having
2 down.
Neck pain all the time. I swear they just like, their corpses just hang around for a few seconds too long.
Yeah, it's really funny.
What are these guys even doing? These absolute ass clowns. I'm so embarrassed for them. Okay, I feel like you've locked in. I feel like you've locked in a bit. I don't know how to explain this, but like the visual effect of their weird laser squares reminds me so much of like city pop YouTube playlist aesthetics. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Does that mean anything?
Okay.
Chat, do you understand what I'm saying?
We did it. We got him. Okay.
Candle on the water. Magical lower back pain. Here's my top tip for lower back pain. Number 1, invest in a decent chair. Number 2, take up running.
Totally.
Those 2 things basically fixed my lower back pain. I just like don't get it anymore. It's gone. I used to get it terribly. You'll remember because you've known me long enough.
Yeah.
Isn't that depressing? You've known me like for like 4 years. How fucking fucked is that?
It's honestly kind of sweet. Like, we have known each other for a long time, and it's really crazy to think that we met because of YouTube and Infinity Train. And yeah, take a moment here to say I value our friendship, Tom. Thank you for being part of my life.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that you've had
Oh my
to put up
gosh,
with this.
please. Okay, so I'm thinking we go for fairies next.
You were like kind of duping them. You were like duping those fairies.
I was kind of doing okay with the fairies last time, so let's give it a
You're kind of
try.
duping them. So I say go for it. I say go for those fairies.
Because, like, I was mostly able to get them to, like, kill each other.
Toon, you need to go to jail. You need to go to joke jail.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Can't believe you've done
Oh,
this.
fuck. Okay. I was not locked in.
Turns out you weren't locked in. I like how you went to heal there. That was like the worst time to heal.
I know. I was not in a good place to heal.
You were not in a good place emotionally to heal. Which is, you know...
I was driving down the 10.
You closed your eyes and
Let go of the wheel.
let go of the wheel. Which is it's a skill issue, to be honest.
Oh my god.
BoJack was not pro gaming in that moment.
Oh my god.
Okay, you've got these deck guys down pretty much to a T.
Yeah.
Because now you've discovered that they're extremely susceptible to being whipped.
Oh god, if I can like just not get hit, then I'm fine.
And it's, it's okay to get hit a couple of times. I think when you get hit the first time, the best move is to actually start dodge rolling.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to respond in kind with another whip. Because, you're going to kind of screw yourself a little bit.
Yeah, then I end up getting comboed like that.
I like how you ignored all of my advice and dodge rolled at the exact wrong time.
I know.
It's kind of impressive, actually.
I know. Okay.
40 minutes. You use a treadmill type machine to run/walk for 40 minutes, 5 days a week. That totally counts, yeah. So you've got that much down. But do, like, if you don't have a good, it's not about like sitting. You need a good chair. Like, sitting will be bad for you unless you have a good chair with good lumbar support. Otherwise, sitting is just going to make it worse. Lower back support, I mean, for lower back pain. So yeah, if you're like running 40 minutes, 5 days a week, that's way above average. That's more than I do. I run like 30 minutes 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, so you're already running more than I am. But just like, I've got such a good chair. I spent like £400 on a good chair. And I know that probably sounds very like, oh, well, I don't have the money, and it's like, it's fair. To be honest, I barely had the money for it at the time. I was really kind of investing in something at that point. I think I had been going through back problems for so long at that point.
God damn it. Okay.
My back was spasming like every week. The pain was horrendous.
Yeah, there are certain things that are like worth spending money on and like investing in for like the sake of your health and stuff. And a good chair is one of those things.
This is one of them. Jason Pargin, the writer, who also has like a prominent presence on like Facebook and stuff, probably Instagram as well, shared a bit of sagely advice, which is like, never go cheap on buying anything that puts something between you and the ground. So like pillows, beds, shoes, stuff like that. Like that stuff, the stuff that is like annoying pain when you're young is going to turn into surgeries when you're older.
Totally.
So, lower back pain, if you're consistently getting lower back pain now, deal with that now. Get a good chair. Trust me, it's so important.
Yeah. It's one of those things that becomes more expensive if you don't deal with it sooner.
Yeah, especially if you're living in the States.
Yes. Oh God, yeah.
Where thankfully we still have the NHS, so barely, but we do.
Yeah.
Back surgery, that's not good surgery. That's bad surgery.
No, it really isn't.
You're like getting this guy. This guy's so beatable. Look at him. Fucking embarrassing. It's a pitiful, embarrassing performance. And also, you kind of like saving your little fox soul for it.
I was saving it, but then I accidentally used it, and then I got God anyway.
Damn, couldn't be me.
If I don't get this in this stream like again for like the 3rd time in a row, then I genuinely will practice outside, and I'll get it next time, I promise. But
the chair I'm on, put my legs up. Putting your legs up kind of doesn't matter. Not for this. Like ergonomics. Ergonomics with a chair. It's all about lumbar support, right? So that lower part of your spine. So being able to put your legs up really doesn't matter. Neck support is optional. I chose to get neck support because like a lot of my pain is these days is up around here. So I like to have the armrests. I like to have the neck support because, if I'm like drawing, I like draw for like 8 to 9 hours a day. If I'm drawing for a long time, I like to make sure that I have moments where I can just like lean back and just like rest the weight of my head on the little cushion. So this is a really good chair. This is called the Orozi Vernazza, I think it's called, or Vernazza. Orozi is the brand.
God damn it. Okay.
Genuinely bloody good chair. You are embarrassing yourself here, and you're embarrassing me, frankly. You're embarrassing this family. And I think, I think you should be ashamed of yourself, to be honest. You need to lock in. I keep saying it, and you're not locking in. I agree. Just in general. Like, I get that.
Don't do it!
Don't you fucking do it. You're, like, dodging way too soon. You're, like, going to dodge those attacks way too soon, and you're getting hit at the exact moment.
Yeah.
But I do think the whip strat is working, because it does seem to cancel, like, most of their attack animations, if not all of their attack animations.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Get his ass.
Alright. You fuckers.
Now it's these boys. These fuckers. Anyone else see the trailer for the new Wes Anderson film?
There's a new Wes Anderson film?
There's a new Wes Anderson film with Benicio del Toro as the lead. Michael Cera in it. I'm surprised it took him this long to discover Michael Cera. I'm not gonna lie, I am like kind of excited for it. Like, it looks extremely Wes Anderson, and I don't expect it to be as good as The Grand Budapest Hotel, which was his last great movie. But there is a part of me that's like, I don't know, could this be the one? Is this finally going to be the comeback, the great return to form for our boy Wesley Anderson? And I like Benicio del Toro. I think he's a good actor. I think he's a fun choice for the movie. Richard Ayoade is in it. That's fun. It's a shame he's a turf.
Go.
I don't know if he's a turf exactly. I think he's just like so far removed from it that he's like inevitably going to defend Graham Linehan without actually thinking about the implications of it that he clearly does not understand.
Sad.
I love it when people will weigh in on things that they don't understand.
Okay.
Could this be it?
Okay.
Are you locking in?
Okay. Go, 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 go! Okay.
You can do this. You can totally do this. They're so beatable. They're literally so beatable.
Okay. One left. Yep, fucked. Oh
Get
my
his
god,
ass.
how are you still alive? There you go.
You've used a lot of health potions. Do you wonder if it might not be worth kind of replenishing?
But I have like 2 left.
You have 2 left. Maybe replenish. See how you're doing after the next one.
Yeah.
And I think, remember with the fairies, basically what you did was circle around the outside.
Yeah, I need to go. I need to be careful, be mindful about when I'm going through them, because I do need to go through them at certain points to like get them to aim at each other. But I need to be careful about it. Like, I need to be paying attention. Okay, yeah, let's give it a try.
That's what they all say. Say what I always say, which is it's a skill issue.
Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
I don't think I will, actually. I think I'll harbor resentment deep inside me.
No idea what I'm
This is
singing. I died.
You're writing a beautiful song.
Okay.
That was better, to be fair.
We're getting there.
You're relearning some of the crucial skills that you have forgotten because you did not practice.
We didn't practice. We haven't played in like a month. We're doing our best, gang. We're doing our best. Thank you, everyone, for hanging in there, for hanging out, and for chilling. You know, I hope this is at least somewhat entertaining.
Who cares if it's entertaining? We're here to play the game.
I'm having a good time. That's all that
We're
matters.
here to enjoy Tunic, which is one of my favorite games. So really, all that matters is that I'm entertained.
I would love to progress, though. You know what I mean? I would love to get past this.
You have not died to this boss as many times as you did to the last one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw a Disco Elysium meme that I can't explain to you because you wouldn't get it. It's me doing the Jonkler meme. You wouldn't get it. Friggin' Jonkler. The Jonkler 2, Electric Boogaloo. Do you know one of my favorite things about Joker 2 is seeing American. You really should have whipped there. That was an absolutely crazy decision.
Yeah, that was almost bad. Okay.
Is seeing Americans try to pronounce folie à deux.
I don't think I've ever tried to pronounce that.
Just getting a lot of dux, getting a lot of folie à deux. I'm like, don't say that, please. Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. These guys are so beatable, actually. I can hear you making gamer noises. So you just like barely clinch by.
Go, go, go. Sometimes when you say go at the screen, it makes your character go. You know what I mean?
It's like so true. It's like when you're playing like any kind of driving or flight game.
Yeah.
You turn better if you lean. Those are the rules. Magical. I don't know if you just posted like an emoji or something, but I cannot see it. Like it's just showed up as just blank.
It's a dancing emoji.
Okay.
I took a quick glance at the chat, which was maybe dangerous.
Yeah, you're playing a dangerous game there. That was a very good use of your spirit.
That was totally accidental.
It worked.
Come on, you fuckers.
You fuckhead. That is the stupidest thing you interpreted there. Yeah, just keep running around, keep giving him a little bonk.
Beep boop.
You narrowly avoided certain death there. At the Copacabana.
Okay, one left.
You can do it. I believe at you. And then do the fairies and don't fuck it up. It's my top tip to you. It's just don't fuck it up.
Okay. Okay, candle goes down.
Things with the fairies is it's like so hard to get a window in to heal. So like if you lose health in that fight, you're basically screwed.
Yeah.
But I believe you can do it. Just gotta duke him.
Let's do
Just
it.
gotta duke him.
Let's fucking do
Duke
it.
him, Justin.
Bring it on, bitches.
Wobble up a dub dub. I'm sorry I said that.
You should be.
It's funny because I remember a time when like BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty were considered sort of on a par.
Fuck.
And in the fullness of time, I don't think Rick and Morty has been quite so venerated.
No.
Kind of doing it though, to be honest. You're kind of juking him. Look at him go. Those other ones aren't even shooting. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. You need to stop making that noise. That is a bad noise.
Kill each other! Oh, that was almost so close. Ah!
If you die, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Ah! Oh, what do I do here?
I think maybe poking at least one of them would probably be a good idea. The thing is,
I'm
the ones
so low on health, though.
The ones at the back, for some reason, aren't close enough to want to shoot you.
Yeah.
I think keep playing it safe. It's better to play it long and safe than short and Oh god. This is quite funny.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck me! Oh, god damn it. Oh, there was one left. Oh, that hurt. That was painful. That was physically painful.
Here's a thought: save your spirit until the
that's
fairies.
what I was trying to do, which is why I was like, oh, that was an accident when I used it with the candle guys, because I was trying to save it for these guys because I feel like it'd be more useful. But yeah, no, fuck, that was so close. There was literally only one left. Okay. Let's get back. Let's do it.
Guess you kind of hate winning.
I thought you were gonna say I hate women, which, you know.
I mean, that is true.
Just kidding. I love women. Women are my favorite guy.
Love. They never die.
Okay. Come here, you little punk
Just don't
bitch.
get hit. Just don't get hit. Use your whip this time. Don't do the thing you did last time, which was like not use your whip at the end there for some reason. And you need to stop like panic rolling.
I know.
Roll with intention. Sex. I'm wanting more. Tell the world, stop the war.
Okay.
Look at that. Got his ass.
Those guys down.
You just got his entire ass and taint. Whip, whip, whip. These guys are a bunch of dork-ass losers.
One thing I do appreciate about these guys is that, like, my sword attack animation, like, moves me a little bit, right? And, like, that movement is enough to get me out of the square.
Tip
So
to
at
be
least
square.
that's something.
I'm really disappointed that Ryan Gosling has signed on to do a Star Wars film.
Wow.
That really bothers me. I had like a list of like major celebrities, major actors who had not fallen prey to Star Wars or Marvel, and he was on that list for a long time. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take him off that list. I'm sure he'll be heartbroken that I've had to do this.
You know what? I mean, get that bag, honestly.
No, no, don't. He doesn't need that bag. He's
That's
right,
true.
fucking
Of all the people who don't need the bag.
It's like I wouldn't. I'm not exactly a defender of Leonardo DiCaprio, but Leonardo DiCaprio never sold out. He never made an MCU film. Never did Star Wars. He's been making Martin Scorsese films for the last like 15 years, and I gotta respect that. You know?
Yeah. He's also been dating 25-year-olds for the past 15 years.
Excuse me, 21-year-olds?
Yeah, that's so much better. Okay.
And then Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was like, hold my beer.
Jesus Christ. Terrible. Fucking
Starts
terrible.
dating a 19-year-old. Magical, it's not a Star Wars film that's out yet. It's just been announced that he is signed on to do a Star Wars film. Details of which I don't actually know. But I know I'm not going to like it because I don't fucking like Star Wars.
Oh god, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
You can do this. You can do this, I believe at you. Keep going around in circles. Keep going around in circles, don't get hit.
Taking me right around, baby, right around, like a record, baby, right around, right around. Kill each other, shoot at your friends, kill all your friends, kill all your friends. Kill all your friends, baby. Kill all your friends.
This is what the voices tell me every night.
Murder your friends. Murder your buddies. God damn it! Fuck! Ugh. I'm getting closer every time.
I have to go in 15 minutes.
Do you really have to go?
Yeah, because it's getting late, and unfortunately,
Okay.
we have an occupant. Normally we don't, but we have an occupant in the room directly behind me. And
Got it. No worries. Let's do one more attempt, maybe, and then we'll wrap it up. How does that sound?
Just do as many attempts as you can do in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sorry that we're not really making progress, y'all, but we'll definitely make progress next time.
I told you last time we streamed. I told you I'm like
I know. I genuinely did have to go though. Like I had other stuff I had to do, so I really wanted to, but unfortunately I just couldn't.
Damn, kind of sounds like a skill issue to be honest.
I mean, I have lots of skill issues, so this is not news. That was bad, that was bad, that was bad, that was bad.
Couldn't be me.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, I beat this game.
I want to know what your death count was at the end.
I don't think I actually paid that much attention to it, to be honest. I was not counting my deaths.
Yeah. Okay, that was better.
I'm a Dark Souls veteran, bitch. You can't step to me. No, I'm here to be supportive. Just stop dying.
Oh my god.
Like, I noticed there's this thing that you keep doing where you die, and I really think you should stop doing that.
Stop being poor.
Stop being poor. I don't feel like you meant to do that.
No, I didn't.
You know, remember what Rumble McSkirmish said? Winners don't lose.
Wow. Such wise words.
Such wise words.
Ugh, okay, I got.
Another one on the death counter. I'm just gonna shake my head.
Does anything like cool happen once you beat all this?
When you beat all this, you literally get one of the best like powers in the game.
Wow.
It like really, when you get the power that you get at the end of this really opens the entire map up for you, basically.
Okay.
I was
wondering if this was just worth doing off stream, is what I was thinking. Just so that we could actually like progress, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna say probably not. I think you should definitely do some practice off screen. I did tell you it's one of the toughest fights in the game. It's a big gauntlet. You're like neutered. Your health and stuff. All your stats have been zeroed. So
yeah,
you know, I'm like making fun of you, but this took me a little while to figure out.
Okay.
And you've got the added disadvantage of the fact that we get like a small allocated time ideally every week, but like it's been
a few weeks. Yeah, I'm sure like if we do this again next week, then I'll do a lot better. I think it didn't help that we took like several weeks off.
By we, do you mean you?
Yes.
Prioritizing your family and friends over streaming?
And Buffy, that's
like so pathetic. Like so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed for you. I really feel like you should have used the whip there.
There's a lot of things I should have done.
Your entire life is just like a long string of disappointments.
I regret everything.
Oh. Poor Zach Braff.
For Zach Braff. Oh man. I love how BoJack uses like real celebrities and they just like play themselves. Like it's just genuinely so funny.
And usually in like the most unflattering way.
God, the episode with Daniel Radcliffe. That made me crack up.
Jessica Biel, I think.
Jessica Biel. I like barely knew who she was before this show. And
that's like the entire
that's
joke,
the joke, though. It's so funny.
And they do the same thing with David Boreanaz, with Boreanaz House.
Oh god, that legit like tickled me so much as an Angel fan. That tickled me.
None of them know what he's from. They're just like, he's famous, but we don't know why.
So like in that episode, they like make a couple jokes like to his works. And there's a couple of jokes in there where I'm like, is that supposed to be an Angel reference? Like, I don't know.
I doubt it.
I mean, that was like the first thing he was famous for.
Yeah, but at the time he was doing Bones.
Yeah.
That was the big show at the time. And then they reference Bones in another episode. They're like Mr. Peanut Butter wants to watch Bones, and Diane's
like, and it's like, I don't think that shows what you think it is.
I love the Boreal heads.
The Boreal heads.
That whole bit is so funny.
Oh my god, so funny.
Oh. Todd and his Clentists.
The Clentists.
Oh god, the bit when Princess Carolyn comes back and just like finds him in her apartment, like
like whose kid is that?
Like, this is terrifying and it doesn't look legal. Oh, Todd. Todd is truly the chaotic neutral.
I love Todd.
That we all deserve.
I love that they are just so explicit with his asexuality and like that it's an actual like arc for him to like discover his identity. Like I think that's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, aces don't get a lot of rep, like out loud rep.
Yeah.
But at least they get Todd, and everybody loves Todd.
Oh, that was dumb. Don't run in a straight line, dumb shit.
stupid piece of shit.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
No, you can do this. I believe in you. Just don't get hit.
Okay. Kill all your friends. Murder all your friends.
It's like a horrible song you keep saying. You can totally do this. Don't forget to dodge roll occasionally. I feel like that would be helpful.
Yeah.
To you.
Oh, damn it. I like legitimately did not even see that one in the corner. God damn it. Okay. I think we should probably just end it here. I feel like I'm losing it. So, let's wrap it up before things get too bad. But I will practice off stream this time. I totally promise. And we should be back next week. Let me double check and think. If we're not back on Sunday, because I might actually be busy next Sunday, but I'm committed to doing this weekend. Let's do it on Saturday if we don't do it on Sunday, Tom, if that works for you.
That works for me, yeah. Do you have Easter Monday off?
I do not, unfortunately.
Damn,
I do have to work tomorrow.
They don't give you any holiday for
They
Easter,
really don't. Yeah, it sucks. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. We'll be back next week. If not Sunday, then we'll do it on Saturday. Just because I might be busy on Sunday. So if not, we'll do it on Saturday. I will try to practice in the evenings throughout this week so that we can get through this part faster. I'm just like so over it at this point. We just need to get through it and beat these guys. But I feel confident that we can.
It's like so worth it when you get what they give you at the end of this. It's so worth it. I'm
excited. It was so good to see everyone again. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Magical and Tune and whoever else was in the chat. Seriously, like it means a lot to me that like we can take a few weeks off and come back and like y'all are still like here, and it really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for hanging out. We will see you all next time. Until then, stay safe and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.